this apartment forever?
Hey everyone, this is SpiderFan 101, and welcome to the newest episode of Jane and Kara Infinite Quality. So today, it's more or less going to be about Jane more than Kara. Because, I only have one thing to say about Kara, but most of this episode is going to be focused on Jane. So the first thing I want to talk about is the release date for Season 4 of Jane the Virgin, because we know that it's been renewed, as well as Supergirl. And the 4th season is actually starting sooner than we expected, because it will officially premiere on Friday, October 13th, which is very, very interesting, because if they're coming in that early, then that means that they must be filming like right now, which they are, because since I follow Gina Rodriguez on Facebook and Instagram, I've seen some set photos from the filming, and seeing as where the 3rd season ended and all the loose ties that have been thrown in the air with the new love interest and the Marbella being sold to Raphael's sister, which is not a good thing. There are a lot of things that need to happen, and I feel like with this next season, it's definitely going to be something special, and definitely the most intense season of Jane the Virgin. Also, what I've noticed, again, since I follow Gina Rodriguez on Facebook and Instagram, there have been banners put all around saying how great Jane the Virgin is, which I've been saying for the longest time. Maybe CW watches my videos, in which case, hello CW. I love Jane the Virgin and Supergirl, unless you didn't know. And just in case you didn't know. And, I'm glad they're putting these banners around, because, this show needs to be watched by everyone. It is a phenomenal show. And if you have not watched it, see, all 3 seasons so far of Jane the Virgin are on Netflix right now. I mean, I've watched the entire series like 3 to 4 times already. I absolutely love it. And I'm about to watch it again. I'm about to watch the entire series again, because like I said, the 3rd season has just hit Netflix. So, you guys already know that I've watched every episode of the 3rd season, but I just like to watch this show for fun, because it is a phenomenal show, and you should all watch it. Now, getting away from Jane the Virgin and more on to Kara, we have some news about who the villain of Season 3 is going to be. So, after the cliffhanger that Season 2 left us on, it kind of left a weird taste, because a lot of us were thinking, like, who is in the pod, because it seems like every episode cliffhanger we're going to get, like, someone's going to be in the pod and we have to figure out who it is. But yeah, the main question is, who is in that pot? Did I just say pot? I mean pod. And a lot of people are saying that it might be Doomsday, or that it might be like a past version of Mon-El. But honestly, I don't think so. A lot of people think that, like me myself, I think that is Superboy. I used to think that is Superboy, until I heard this piece of news that said, like when they said it will rain, like the actual villain's name is Rain. And it's crazy, but like I've never heard of Rain, like the actual villain Rain. I've never heard of this character, but it'll be interesting to see what she's all about and what kind of destruction she will bring. And honestly, I cannot wait to see how that goes. So honestly, there's a lot of great things going forward with these two shows, and I'm glad that they both got renewed, because you already know these shows are my favorites, and if these shows were not on TV, then I probably wouldn't be watching TV. So, well, there is Teen Nick, but they've been slipping recently because they have been playing like those standard Nickelodeon shows on Teen Nick when they're supposed to be playing old nostalgic TV shows like Drake and Josh or Zoe 101 or Ned's Declassified or Victorious or iCarly, you know, those things. But instead they play like Henry Danger and all that crap. And I'm just like, that's not what I come to Teen Nick to watch. But you know, that's getting away from the topic. The point is, if Jane the Virgin and Supergirl were not on TV, I probably would not be watching TV today. And, you know, when those shows eventually come to an end, which every show has to come to an end at some point, it's sad to think about, but, you know, it's true. You know, it'll be time to put my TV to rest. Because, you know, they would be gone, so there's no point for me to watch TV. And when you think about it, there's such great shows too. They have such great characters and everything. Like, yeah. Like, if you watch Supergirl, you know, like, if you watch both of these shows, you know, like, besides Jane and Kara, like, the characters that I think are, like, they're not at their level, but they're more like 2 inches below them. Like, if I were to say who would be in that position, I would say Raphael from Jane the Virgin. Well, I just call him Raph, but you know, gotta call him Raphael. You know, just call him by his full name. And Lena Luthor from Supergirl. Those two characters are, like, besides the main two characters, the best parts. You know what I mean? And it's great. Oh yeah, one more thing that I have to talk about in terms of Supergirl. We finally have a release date for the Blu-ray of Supergirl Season 2. And it comes out... Hold on a second. Got to pull it up here. Here we go. So, it's confirmed that the second season of Supergirl will be released on August 22nd. And is now available for pre-order on DVD and Blu-ray on Amazon. In terms of the Jane the Virgin Blu-rays, for some reason, they're still put on for pre-order, both season 1 and 2, which is kind of weird, but you know, it's Jane the Virgin, so I'm willing to wait. So, yeah. Bottom line, there's a bright future ahead for these shows, and I cannot wait to see them come back. And I am SpideyFan101 saying peace.